Go ahead, Mom, and tell us some things about family history or yourself.
Want to hear a little bit about how come I was born in China? Well, my dad was a medical doctor in 1930, had a medical practice in Sarnia, and he had been born about 15 miles away from Sarnia, maybe 20 miles away from Sarnia, near Aberarder. But anyway, he was the second youngest of 9 children, and his father had died when he was 12, and his mother couldn't afford to send any of the kids to university. But my father's brother, Uncle Archie, said, "Well, Bob, if you want to go to university, I'll pay your bill." So Dad went to university, U of T, and got his medical degree, and then he came to Sarnia to practice, and in 1930 he had a medical practice set up there in Sarnia. But in 1930 he had a friend who was also a doctor in Sarnia, Dr. Margaret Forrester, and she had gone to China under the auspices of the United Church to do some medical practice in China. And when she left for China, my dad said, "Well, now, Margaret, if there's anything you need, just don't hesitate to give me a call or write a letter," I guess it was at that time, "and I'll see that you get it." And he was thinking of meds or bandages or things like that. But after she had been there for a little while, she got in touch with Dad, wrote him a letter, and said, "Bob, I need you." And so my mom and dad Mom was a venturesome person, and so was my dad. And so he said, "Well, that would be interesting, Effie, don't you think?" And my mom said, yes, if you think it's what we should do, then we'll pack up the 4 children that we have and we'll go to China. And that was in 1930. And so he had a medical practice going in Sarnia, but when he went to China, he really enjoyed practicing medicine there. And they were in a city that doesn't have the same name now, but it was Weiwei, which was in North Honan province. And he was practicing there, and then he heard from home that his medical practice, the person that he had left in care of his medical practice, had become an addict to whatever addiction to medicines. And so he said, "Well, I guess I better get home." So, but anyway, at that point, he was still in China, and he decided in 1932 that he really needed to get back to Sarnia, or he wasn't going to have any practice left. So I had been born in China. They had gone over with 4 children, and then they were bringing 5 back. My oldest sister was 10 when they came back to Sarnia. Another brother was 8. My brother Doug was 8. My brother Arch was 6. And my sister Jean was 4. And he said, "Well, I've got to get back to Sarnia, or I won't have any medical practice left." So came back to Sarnia and got back into his medical practice, and that's where I grew up. So.
And that's how you ended up with China as a place of birth on your passport.
That's right.
Which actually elicits a lot of questions, right? When people look at your passport and say, "Are you
born in China? How come?" Yeah.
How often do you get a chance to tell the story?
Yeah, not very often. No. Yeah. Don't tell it very often. But it's of interest to me. I don't remember anything about it, of course, because I was 6 months old when they left China to come back. But anyway, I've heard so many stories, I almost think I remember.
Yeah. And you went back in what year to visit?
88.
88.
Yeah.
What was that like when you went back to visit China?
Well, there was a doctor that had been in China at the same time as my dad. They hadn't actually practiced together, but they were in the same general area. And he decided that he would like to go back to China and visit, and this was in 1988. And he would look after taking a group of people with him on a tour. And so my two sisters and I decided that yes, it would be nice to go back and see where I was born. And Marion was 10 when we came home, and so she had quite a bit of memory. Jean was 8. No, Jean was 4. Is that right? Anyway, yeah, if Marion was 10, Doug was 8, and Arch was 6, and Jean was 4. So that was, and I say that I had heard the story so many times I almost thought I remembered about being in China.
Yeah, but Marianne could actually remember some stuff?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Did she recognize some places?
She did, yes. When she and Jean and I went back in 1988, Marion did remember, and we visited the house. We went to the house that we had grown, that they had spent 2 years there, and I was born in the hospital, but which was right close there, but that was in Weiwei, North Hunan.
Now,
So-
did you get a chance to talk to the people who were in the house where you were born?
No, I didn't get a chance to do that, but we took some pictures outside of the home that we had been born in, and it was there was a university not far away either, and I think we visited the university too while we were there.
Nice.
But, yeah, and my sisters did remember a little bit. I don't think Jean remembered too much, but my sister Marion remembered the house that we had lived in. So, yeah,
Oh, thanks for sharing that
Yeah.
story.
yeah. Oh, that's it.
As what was it Grandpa Barry would say? Anyhow,
Yes, Walt's sister Florence would say about dinner when we had dinner there. So that's dinner and you've had it. So I'll just say that's my story and you've heard it.
thanks a lot, Helen.
Yeah. Okay.